Okay, we have Coach Mason for SMU is not available. We do have pinch hitting for him this week. Is the assistant coach for the secondary, Mr. Derrick Odum. We appreciate his joining us. As we said, SMU has an open week this week. So just a quick intro here. SMU, as we said, is 0-5 overall, 0-1 in the American Athletic Conference. The Mustangs were in action this past Saturday against East Carolina. East Carolina won the game 45-24. SMU, of course, with an open week this week. Their next game will be October 18th against Cincinnati. Coach Odum, thanks so much for pinch hitting on the call this week. This is Chuck Sullivan from the conference office.
Yes, it's a pleasure.
Take a minute to tie up the game against East Carolina. Please tell us and tell us the mindset of the team as you head into your open week, please.
Well, I think that the guys really grew a lot. Really proud of them because they came in there and they battled, extremely hard. And we have a lot to, grow from that game. They felt a little taste of, actually being in a ball game and having a chance there. We had a chance to cut it to 8 and things. We had a lot of momentum during that game. The offense really showed up and did some really good things for us. And, unfortunately, defensively, we just couldn't get a stop when we needed one. But, the guys really grew. They're having more confidence now. We kind of went through a juggernaut of a schedule early on, and it doesn't get any easier the rest of the way with some of the teams that we got coming up. But I do think that we really grew from it, and I think we have a little bit more confidence going into this bye week. There's no moral victories by any means, but, I think the guys really grew and got some confidence out of that one.
Okay, questions for Coach Odum, please. Hit *1 on your keypad to join the queue, and then the operator will introduce you.
We'll go to Dan Tortora with Dan Tortora Broadcast Media.
Hi, Coach. How you doing today?
How you doing, Dan?
Good. I kind of wanted to go off of what you said in the game against East Carolina and what you can take away from a game like that where it seemed like it was getting a little bit out of hand early on and your team was able to come back and obviously have an approach that was positive going toward the future.
Yeah, it really was because you could just see the guys kind of growing and building confidence as we went through that game, and they just kept fighting, just keep chugging away. We don't have guys kind of doing their own thing. They really buying into what we're trying to, teach and trying to get them better, and they're really doing those things in practice, and, it's good to see it pay off a little bit in the game. And, like I said, we had a juggernaut of a preseason schedule, and it's hard to, build a lot of confidence with that. But, this first game, again, you look at the final score, and it looks like it wasn't close at all. But, it got a little close there, and the guys really fought, and we had a lot to build on from that, confidence-wise. And, we're just trying to scrap away and try to get a win here as soon as we can, to kind of get some momentum.
Dealing with all of the changes that have happened, obviously, the head coach, the guy that's running everything, had changed in the season with you being there and June Jones being gone and Tom Mason coming in. What can you say about what Tom's done and how you've responded as a staff and how the players have responded despite the fact that there hasn't been a win yet?
Yeah, well, Tom, we've been on this staff for, since June got here, and, we do a lot of the same things, but it's just coming from a different voice, and sometimes that shakes things up a little bit. And, I tell you what, the guys have really responded well, and, it can be really tough for them. And, we just try to keep everything real positive, trying to get them better each day and just keep it real simple in that regard, not trying to look at some big picture and who's going to be around here next year and that type of thing. Just say, we're going to get you better, and this next rep is the most important rep we got, and we're going to get you better on that one. We're going to go from there. So, like I said, we're just keeping it real simple, and the guys do appreciate that, I think. And, it's tough being, not having a win and that type of thing. But I think we just keep being real positive and showing improvement, and hopefully one of these, games will get a W.
Thanks, Coach. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you.
And we'll go next to Bill Bender with SportingNews.com.
Coach, could you just talk a little bit what you saw on film and how difficult it was to defend a guy like Shane Carden, who is obviously getting some national recognition now?
Yeah, he's he reminds me of the quarterback that was at Cincinnati last year. That type of guy, just real confident, understands the offense really well, doesn't make any mistakes with the ball. He's more athletic than a lot of people think. You know, he can scramble and extend plays, and he keeps his eyes down the field. He's the real deal. There's no doubt about it. He's beat some good teams so far this year, and he's gonna. You know, I don't see anything that's going to slow him down in the near future. He's the real deal.
And building off what the last guy asked, just talk a little bit about how your team has held it together even after June was left. You know, just building that, like you said, building that confidence. What's the key for you as a coach in going about the business every day?
Well, you know, we're all here to either coach or play the game of football. And so when you step on the field, your goal is to get better at what your particular job is, what your trade is on that, you know, at your position. And that's really it. I mean, we just keep it real simple, and each day, you know, we try to stay extremely positive. You know, there's a lot of upbeat. There's not a lot of yelling going on where, hey, that's a great job. Let's get this a little better, you know, and just trying to make it as fun as possible, you know, without winning the game, you know, so far. So I think that's helped a little bit, you know, rubbed off on the guys and, you know, showing the improvements that we made each day and knowing that we played a rough early schedule to, you know, you guys are going to start seeing some results here. And so, you know, it kind of got away from us a little bit early. We chugged our way back in that last one and got it, you know, where it was like, uh-oh, you know, these guys are coming at us. And we just couldn't finish it, but, you know, now we have something to build on. You know, now we got to learn how to finish. And so, you know, it can be, it was a little tough early on, but we got the kids to understand what we're trying to do. We're still trying to get to a bowl game, you know, even though that looks, you know, far-fetched by the overall record, but we see a lot of improvements, and the guys have been real, you know, positive.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
And we'll go next to Joey Knight with the Tampa Bay Times.
My question was answered. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Joey.
And do we have any other questions for Coach Odum, please?
There are no further questions.
Hey, Coach, well, thank you again for pinch hitting this week. We look forward to meeting up again with the Mustangs next Monday.
All right. Thanks, guys. I appreciate your help, and we'll keep chugging away, okay? Here we go.
All right. Thank you.